Hello my gorgeous beings of light, welcome back to another reading, welcome back to my channel. For those that don't know me, I am Daughter of the Divine, nice to meet you. For those that do know me and are returning to my channel, welcome back, thanks for coming back. Thank you for being loyal, thank you for choosing me to read for you, like I appreciate it more than you'll ever know, okay? So today's reading, we're going to jump right into it. This is sticking to the Halloween topic of what mythical creature energy do you give off, okay? So I chose 3 mythical creatures here. I wrote them down, wrote some things that I think of when I think of those creatures, and I have no idea I know what I wrote down, but I don't know what's on these papers here since I folded them up and they're blind to me. So I'm going to, fold them, shuffle them like I've done in other videos. Okay, place them down, and then I'm going to choose. There you go. So by you choosing your deck, therefore you will choose your creature, and we will see once you choose your pile what creature do you give off. Now we're going to get into what makes you stand out from the crowd and get more into the details of why do you give off this energy, you know what I mean? So as always, group 1, group 2, group 3. This group 1 is the Dark Wood Tarot. For anyone who's interested, I'm going to show you the back so you can choose much better. And this is what the front looks like. The graphics, that's group 1. Group 2, we have the Cozy Witch Tarot. Okay, that's what the back looks like. This is what the front looks like, the graphics and all that, if that will better help you choose. And we're going to place this down. Now we have Jack-o'-lantern Tarot. This is what the back looks like. This is what the front looks like, the graphics. And that is group 3. So you're going to choose what pile calls out to you the most. You can choose more than one because this is not really a video where you have to choose one. You know what I mean? So choose your group, and I will see you at your reading. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 1s. If you chose the Darkwood Tarot, this graphic, or I don't know if you chose the paper, you were called to the energy of the paper if you're an energy reader, this is your reading, and this reading is going to be about what mythical creature energy do you give off, okay? So like I said in the intro, if you didn't watch it, I wrote down 3 mythical creatures that came to mind, that kept coming into my mind when this topic was, percolating in my mind. And then I wrote down what I associate those characters with, or those creatures with. And then I just wrote them down, shuffled them up, and placed them on each deck just randomly. So we're going to see what you guys get, okay? Then we're going to also get into what makes you stand out from the crowd. I'm mostly going to stick to the oracle with those, but then we're going to get into the tarot about what more, like, why do you give out this mythical creature energy, okay? So we're going to get more into what makes you stand out from everybody else. So, of course, let's get into it. I'm excited. If my hands look ashy, I apologize. It's getting crazy outside these days, and it don't hit right. It don't feel right for me to put lotion on and then handle tarot cards, because then they're gonna get all, it just don't hit right. So if it's a little ashy, you're gonna have to, you know what I mean? Okay, so you guys got the fairy. Okay, so the mythical creature that you give off is a fairy. And what I wrote down for fairies is they're playful and helpful. They're full of magic and joy. They're bubbly and very down to earth. They're deeply connected to Mother Earth, and they have like a certain grace about them. They're very regal. They're selfless, full of wisdom, and I wrote down cutesy, cottagecore. They're small and compact. You guys could be short or have like a very, I'm hearing delicate bone structure, or just dainty, not really too heavy set, or you could be, but just like short and small and compact. And then we have like a bratty and attitude problem, because of course one of the most famous fairies is Tinkerbell, and she most definitely had a bratty attitude problem in Peter Pan. So those are the traits that go along with your mythical creature. We're going to get into more about why you give off this energy here, okay, with the Darkwood Tarot here. And I swear, when I was trying to choose some decks for you guys for like the Halloween theme readings, I'm like, I don't want to go too Halloween, because then I can't use them throughout the rest of the year. So these, like this and the Cozy Witch Tarot, are like perfect, because they give off like dark and like kind of a little bit gory vibes, but it's not like too bad where I can't use them throughout the rest of the year for regular readings that are not themed, you know what I mean? So please, the cards are very active. You can be someone who's very energetic, full of energy. I do think of that when I think of fairies, because they fly very fast. And Tinkerbell was also like very chipper and like just, you know, zinging from here to there until people would say they don't believe in fairies, and then she would kind of like, you know, simmer down and like kind of like start dying off. But fairies, sprites give the same energy to me, so I might just add that. Sprites, and they just flitter about. Someone who's very you may feel very connected to meadows, you may feel very connected to valleys, you may feel very connected to what do they call it? I think I said meadows already, but it's something else, like fields of flowers. Just you maybe someone who's very connected and vibrant to vibrant colors, stuff like that. But also just cottagecore, where you just want to be as much a part of the earth as you can. You want to just lay in the grass, you know what I mean? Touch grass. I know that's an insult sometimes when people are like, you know, you have nothing better to do, how about you go touch some grass, something like that. Okay, so what energy do you give off in general? Why do they give off fairy energy, please? Why do they get the fairy? And you guys just want the whole deck, and it just won't do. You could be someone who's very high maintenance, who you want it all. And I'm hearing, I want it all, I want it, you know that you want it. The fame and the fortune and all. So people may be, you're very high strung. Like I'm getting Sharpay from High School Musical with that song. And then there's also her brother, Ryan, who was also very not high strung, but also wanted the spotlight. So it could be either or with you. It could be in the middle. You're someone who wants the spotlight, you chase the spotlight, or you find the spotlight is always on you. Or you're someone who is just very talented, because Ryan was also very talented. He was a singer, he was a dancer, he choreographed as well. So he was just someone who's very talented, but sometimes overlooked kind of thing. So you could either walk through life being a Sharpay, or you could be a Ryan. Okay, so what we have is the Three of Swords. This didn't want to come out, but I wasn't taking it, and then it just flew out. So you could be a little bit of a heartbreaker. And I'm hearing, this is how to be a heartbreaker. Was it like a little danger? We'll get him falling for a stranger. A player singing, I love you. That's How to Be a Heartbreaker by Marina and the Diamonds, I believe it is. So you could be a little bit of a heartbreaker here, which is what makes people fall for you, because you just attract a lot of attention wherever you go. And that is also kind of like a little bit of the stereotype of Sharpay in the first movie, where I think his name was Zeke. He was the baker and part of the basketball team, and he was doing anything he could do to get her to fall in love with him. He was baking her baked goods, and she would just like, you know, ignore him, didn't even, you know, acknowledge his presence sometimes. And then at the end of the movie, when she finally tasted his cookies, if you, whatever way you want to take it, if people have to actually, you know, be with you physically in order to, you know, be attracted to you or something like that. But it wasn't until the end of the movie where she tasted his cookies that she started chasing behind him, saying, oh my gosh, these are the best cookies I've ever had, da da da, stuff like that. So people could be that could be the kind of vibe you give off here. I wasn't planning to go 18 plus, but if cookies makes me think of, you know, female genitalia, so you could be someone who has a good tuntanti. We're just gonna say that, okay? Because I don't want to say nothing, because it's not supposed to be 18 plus. So you could be someone who has the goods, okay? And then if you're a guy, I'm hearing Arby's. We have the meat. So you guys have good private parts, private areas. Okay, here we have death. Wow. And I'm hearing Kill 'Em With Kindness. That just started playing randomly, bro. Kill 'Em With Kindness by Selena Gomez. You could be someone who kills people with kindness. You could also be a heartbreaker because you don't just settle for anything. That's what I was saying. You're high strung and high maintenance. The way Sharpay most definitely is in the movie. She just won't settle for anything. She is a spoiled princess, and Brat is coming through again. You're someone who's very spoiled. You're someone who wants what they want when they want it. They will not settle for less. They're just like, why should I settle for less? Who are you? Kind of thing. And it doesn't have to be in like a snotty way. It's just like, I know what I want and I refuse to settle for anything less than that. Which I don't think is bad. It's a bad thing at all. Because please, I might just be that way too. Shoot. But you are definitely someone who is, you attract a lot of people towards you, but you don't give all of them the time of day. So you're kind of like a heartbreaker. You're someone who's hard to get close to, hard to get to know, even though you are someone who is very playful, someone who is very joyful, someone who loves to help. And it could be those energies about you that make people gravitate towards you even more. But then you're just like, whoa, wait, slow down now. I didn't say I want anything more than just, you know, to help you or to be friendly or to be bubbly, you know, kind of thing. So people think that you're small and you're cutesy and you're adorable, Well, it's kind of like you have a bite as well. You're not someone who's just going to take anybody's crap and, you know, sit down. And, you know, that kind of vibe you're giving off here. So you can be bubbly and down to earth, but you're also someone who's very firm, someone who's very bratty, someone who wants what they want. And if they don't get it, it's going to be a problem for everybody, bro. Going back to that Tinkerbell thing where she wanted Peter Pan. Peter Pan was hers. You could also be someone who's very possessive. Peter Pan was hers, bro. And when you find someone you want, you're not letting them go, kind of thing here. Because you're very picky, which we went over here. But she was very possessive of Peter Pan. And she was like, you're mine, essentially. Even though she couldn't talk or anything, it was all in her actions. So you could be someone who's very action-based, action-oriented, or you know actions speak louder than words. So the way you act around someone or the way you act with someone is going to let them know what it is, period. Whether you like them, whether you don't like them, stuff like that. But yeah, she was very possessive of Peter Pan. Though when Peter Pan was giving Wendy some attention, she was mad. She was livid, okay? So, but then you also have a selfless side and full of wisdom. So I do feel like you have like a little bit of a detachment towards certain people and places and situations. But then when you are invested in someone, you're fully invested in that person. It's like, I'm not letting you go here, okay? So yeah, kill them with kindness. You're someone who kills people with kindness, because you know that being overly aggressive is like, especially if you're someone who, that I just heard like a black woman who that is already a stereotype placed upon you. You do not want to prove anybody right by being overly aggressive. So killing someone with kindness sometimes hurts them even more than you killing them with, you know, harsh words, okay? So that's the kind of vibe that you are. That's why you're this fairy. You're someone who comes off as unassuming, but you're this heartbreaker. You're this person who doesn't take anything lying down. You know what I mean? And we have like a kid here on the death card, which you always do, but you like have this kid like childlike innocence to you and wonder as well as being this grown person. So I do feel like when life gets you down, you always kind of reside or rely on your inner child to get you through the day, which is kind of can come through the form of like escapism, where you're thinking about certain, like kind of like Delulu, but not Delulu, because it's just helping you get through the day. It's not really something that can be helped, or it's something that you're purposely doing. It's just something that comes out of you, because it could have been the way you got through childhood when you were younger. Life could have been very hard. You could have been surrounded by death. You could have been surrounded by strife, drama, instability is what's coming through. And it's just like you had to have some kind of escapism, or else you would have gone crazy. So I do feel like in times of peril, oh my, not peril, when you're older here, like when death is coming for you and you're on death's door, you're like kind of feeling very down on your luck, like life is just so horrible and so bad. You rely on this childlike innocence and wonder that got you through your childhood to kind of come and take over when you're an adult. So which is why you come off as sometimes, you know, full of magic and joy and bubbly and down to earth, you know what I mean, and cutesy and cottage core, because that's your inner child coming out. So, you know, help save the day. I just heard a little bit like a Bubbles. I was gonna say Blossom first. So a Blossom or Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls, where maybe in your regular everyday life, when you're in your adult, you know, form, you're the Blossom, taking care of everything, being the boss, being the leader, the responsible one, which is why you come off as full of magic and joy and helpful and deeply connected and selfless and full of wisdom. But then when you're in your bubble stage, it's like you flip a switch, and I heard I just flipped the switch. Pop, pop, you know what I mean? So you code switching is coming through for sure, and flip switching, where sometimes you're coming off as bubbly, sometimes you're more subdued and bossy and stuff like that. So what else can you tell me? We have the Magician here. Yeah, like I was saying, you're full of magic and joy with the Magician card here. People know you're always going to get something done, and it may not be in the Emperor or Empress kind of way, but it's in the Magician way, where you get it done yourself. I'm hearing things, if the only way to get things done is to do it yourself, so you're not someone who relies on other people to do things for you. You know the best way, or for you to be satisfied anyway with it being done, you have to do it yourself, okay? Oh, you're fun. I like you. Yeah. But the Magician, definitely. It's saying as above, so below here in the card. And we have the owl coming through as well. So you are someone who uses their wisdom to get what they want. And you are also someone who incorporates magic or some kind of magical practice in your everyday life to get what you want. So it could be manifesting, it could be spell work, it could be affirmations, it could be law of attraction, it could be law of assumption, it could be all those laws, and it could be those things where you use crystals to manifest love and abundance and wealth and happiness and security and confidence, stuff like that. You write little spells, little doodads, candle magic, things like that. You're using those more impractical things. Like I said, you're not the empress who's just attracting the things towards them. And you're not the emperor who has to actively chase and go after it. You're using creative ways to get what you want here. There's a creativity about you. And I think it's that childlike wonder where you still believe in magic and you still believe that anything is possible. I just heard anything is possible. What's going on with y'all here? Anything is possible. So maybe some of y'all be drinking Henny or be getting, turned off the Henny, and it's when you're drunk that you believe anything is possible the most. But definitely you believe anything is possible, and that is one of your like superpowers here that make people automatically think, yeah, that person has the pizzazz, that person has all the things that they need to get what they want. Because if you got to throw a tantrum, you're throwing a tantrum. And why am I hearing that song? I think it's Daddy by D. Artwood or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but it's that kind of, it's like, Daddy, please buy me some. I know you got money. I want a big chocolate bunny. And my motherfucking tell me, come on, Daddy, give me that chocolate bunny. I know you got money. I want it. 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 Something like that. So like you just know how to get what you want, whether it's asking for something, whether it's doing it yourself. Like you kind of have that duality where it's like if you want something, you don't care if you're asking for it or if you're doing it yourself, you're going to get it. Kind of spoiledness to you, which is the magician, because it doesn't matter what you have to do to get it, you're getting it at the end of the day. Period. Okay, what other card we have here? We have the King of Pentacles. I feel like I was definitely going to say that with this card here. I feel like you have the tendency to attract people who want to just give you things. Okay, it's giving a little bit of pretty privilege, but really not. And I kind of feel like with the fairy card, it is that, because you're cutesy, bratty, and people like that, or bubbly, down to earth. If you could resonate with any of those or all of those, you're just full of magic and have that magnetism about you, where people just see you and they're just like, wow, I want to spoil that person and just give them everything. And that's what they do with this King of Pentacles card here. You can be the King of Pentacles as well. Like I said, sometimes you can come off as that blossom archetype where you're the leader and you have to make sure everything's okay. But then sometimes when you're too much in that energy, sometimes you can flip the switch as well and then become that bratty, more childlike, someone helped and take care of me, thank you. So you attract King of Pentacles, even though you could be the King of Pentacles yourself, but I'm more so getting that this is what you attract here. These are the kind of people who come running behind you because they're just like, oh, I have to help her. Like, I just have to. Because she's giving like the helpless, damsel in distress kind of energy. But like I said, you know how to flip the switch when the time is ready. When the time is right to, get cutesy and like, I want this and I want that. But then if they don't give it to you that way, then you could just turn back on the masculine energy and be like, fine, if you don't want to give it to me, I'll be my own King of Pentacles and get it myself, kind of thing. But I do feel like you attract the attention of a lot of King of Pentacles here. Whether you're a masculine or a feminine, people just want to buy you things, and it could be pretty privileged, or it could be just you having this energy about you where people just want to take care of you. You know what I mean? Shit, you might just be the Empress, because that's giving, if anything gonna give Empress, it's definitely that kind of energy where you can flip the switch. You could probably be in your Emperor and your Empress energy sometimes. Like I said, if you have to do it yourself, you're going to do it yourself. But if you can get it done and somebody else can do it, why not? Okay, here we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. I do feel like you do have times in your life when you do get in this Ten of Swords energy. But like I said with this Death card here, when you're nearing that energy, you have the tendency to like flip the switch real easily, where it's just like, I'm not going to let this keep me down. You don't let the world keep you down. Like if you see this way, you reach a dead end, you're going to find another way. And that's like where your magic comes in, where you're always able to find a way out of whatever you're in. Like I said, if you have to do it yourself, you'll do it yourself. If you can get somebody to help you, you can get somebody to help you. I don't think you're someone who relies so much on pride to be afraid to ask for help or accept help from other people. You're someone who's getting it how they're getting it, and that's it. You know what I mean? You don't let things keep you down for long, because your childlike innocence or that fairy like wonder inside of you comes out really quickly, and it's like, we're gonna get it one way or the other here. One way or the other. As above, so below. If I have to go low, I have to go low. If I have to go high, I have to go high. Giving Sharpay once again, where she, you know, she had her moments of being nice. She had her moments of being down to earth. She had her moments of being relatable. But majority of the time, she was ruthless, and she did whatever she needed to do to get whatever she wanted. Whether it was manipulating people her own age, or if it was manipulating her parents. Her parents were even scared of her. It was like, yeah, I want to give you whatever you want. Her brother was even scared to stand up to her, and they just gave her whatever she wanted. You know what I mean? So you kind of have that vibe. We don't know if she ever learned her lesson. I think she did. Because there was this movie, the most obscure movie that I hear about, like maybe once in a blue moon. That's how rare it is. I think it's like Sharpay Takes New York or something like that, where she moves there. And I think that's like the movie where Austin Butler is in as well. I've never seen the movie, I swear. I've never seen that movie in my life, but I know I've heard about it. So it's just like, and even in that movie where she was the helpless damsel in distress, she had the Austin Butler coming to save her. So at the end of the day, Sharpay always had somebody coming to save her, okay? She always had a Captain Save-A-Ho, whether it was her parents, whether it was her brother giving her everything she wanted, or whether it was Austin Butler's character who was teaching her how to live that everyday, regular life. You always have a knight in shining armor here of the King of Pentacles here, because you do have that magic about you, where if you can't get it one way, you're going to find a way to get it another way. And now I'm hearing, I'm a slave for you, when I was looking at this death card here. So you could, I don't know, like I feel like you put people in a trance where you can lead them to your death, okay? So it's giving a little bit like a mermaid or like a siren as well. So if you felt called to like another group, you could also choose another group, because that's kind of vibe that I'm getting here, where you lead people to their doom. Which is what this card here, you attract King of Pentacles, they're hoping they're going to get the whole shebang with you, and then they don't, okay? And with this spider card that I'm seeing here, I don't know, like spiders was always giving me, they're very intelligent, they're also very intimidating, they're very scary. But I was watching a video that said that spiders represent creativity as well. So like I said, you have creative ways to get what you want that may lead people to heartbreak, that may lead to your own heartbreak. Who knows? But like I said, I think this is more so you leading people to their doom, with this Three of Swords and the Death card. And then the King of Pentacles always trying to come to your rescue here. So that fairy like archetype that you have about yourself, you know, gets you what you want. But it could also kind of hurt people in the process. With this Ten of Swords here, it could be very draining to you as well, where you sometimes feel very bad for what you're doing kind of thing. But it's also like you can't control it. You fear yourself sometimes. What I'm hearing, you fear the power you hold or the power you wield over people. And it's just like, did I do that? The Steve Urkel? Did I do that? And you kind of did. Okay, so we're going to now go over the Oracle cards to see what makes you stand out from the crowd. I've been trying to pre-pull cards lately, but I didn't have any time today, because it takes time to actually pull the cards. So I'm like, we're just going to do a free pull and see what comes out. What makes Group 1 stand out from the crowd? What makes them stand out from the crowd? We have divination. What was I saying? With the Magician card here, you're someone who's manifesting. You're someone who is using crystals and candle magic and law of affirmation and law of attraction. I mean, is there a law of affirmation? Shoot. It says, take a breath, take it twice. Insightful reflections are guided by light. So I kind of feel like you are someone who has this like magic about you. It's like a magic that you can use essentially here, because the other mythical creatures don't really have magic that they can use, but fairies have magic. They have pixie dust. They can help things fly. They can help people take off. You know what I mean? And I think you use that pixie dust to help yourself. And you could use it to help other people as well with this divination. You could have like a divinatory practices that you use to help other people, and you use it to help yourself as well. So you have different little, you know, like I said before, practices, rituals, things that you do to attract things towards you, and they seem to be working for you, so you have no problem continuing to do it. Now we're going to move these back so I can put the Oracle cards down. I'm a slave for you. I'm a slave for you. People just want to be your slave and give you whatever they want. But like I said, you're also very picky. You don't let just anybody come and help you. Which is then where that how to be a heartbreaker comes into play. Where you break people's heart because they just want to give you things and you don't want, and you just, you know, they're like, you know, I'm good. Or you take it from them, then leave them. You don't really stay. These are too many. We're not doing that. What makes my pile 1 stand out from the crowd? And a lot came through again. Like I said, y'all have a lot of, but I don't got a whole reading, you know, hour reading for y'all today, okay? Because even when we were pulling from the tarot, all the cards want to be sprouting out. Like, yes, we know they have a lot of magical powers, thank you, but we're only going to cover a small bit today. Here we have mountain cabin. What was I saying about just wanting to be in a cabin? I think I did say at the beginning, or that's the visual that I was getting. I was getting like cottagecore. You just want to be with the earth, be as close to earth as you can. So you could be someone who's into like cottages and, you know, being in meadows and valleys and being in nature, essentially. You're someone who's having a bad day. When you reach this 10 of swords, I have to go touch the grass. Let me go touch the grass. There are times when solitude can be healing and enlightening. And I think you are someone who does later, who needs to have like solitude, who needs to be by themselves. You are someone who enjoys being by themselves, okay? You could have that energy where everybody wants to be around you. You could be 27 here because I'm getting called to 27 on the camera. You could be someone who's 20 or 72. I'm not gonna, you know. You have that magnetism about you, and a lot of people want to be around you, but you don't want to be around everybody. And you could be like, have like a lot of energy vampires, a lot of people who want to cling to you and don't let go. And at that point, it's time for you to go run, you know, and be by yourself. You need to probably be someone who has like a cabin that nobody knows where it is, and it's just you and yourself and nature. Because you just need that time to just be by yourself when you are drained and zapped of all of your energy here. You always have ways to kind of turn it over and not let it take you down. Like I said, getting lost in the magic of the world, reading books, reading magical books, reading about new methods of magic that people keep finding in the world, like the law of attractions and the affirmations and the things, you know, and saying what you want. And I kind of feel like you're that kind of person who just gets lost in like spirituality, or maybe you watch a lot of pick-up cards whenever you're feeling extra stressed, just like as a little pick-me-up. Because it's the magic in the world that's going to save you each and every time, okay? Because sometimes people are waste men and women, and they just want to take from you, when friends are going through their own things, and family's just going to ask you to do this and that. So you have to rely on other things. I'm hearing other modes of transportation. You have to rely on other things to kind of get you through the day. So we have a Reaper. For the birth of something new to manifest, the death of something holding you back is inevitable. Okay, so for the birth of something new to manifest, the death of something holding you back is inevitable. Like the way they have these cards, where's the commas, where's the periods, where's the hyphens? Come on. Yeah, so for the birth of something new to manifest, the death of something holding you back is inevitable here, okay? So this should just be a little side message. Okay, maybe you are somebody who, if during these rituals, you are willing to kind of, you know, get rid of, you're always someone who's ready to incorporate new ways to do things. You're always someone who wants to learn something new, to do something new, experience something new. You're not someone who likes to hold on to the old very well. You're like to, I guess, giving mutable sign energy, where you have no trouble with change and doing things differently. You, like I said here, you're always trying to find new ways of doing things with this divination thing. There's so many modes of divination. You could be someone who's adept in a lot of them. It could be more than just, you know, tarot cards. It could be crystal reading. It could be scrying. It could be, I just heard talisman. You would carry around a special talisman, but I was trying to say pendulums, tea leaves, runes. Like there's so many different ways of divination. I kind of feel like you are someone who, like I said, just dumps themselves into something new, because you're a fairy. You're magic itself. You're a wielder of that magic. Some people just, you know, aren't able to use their magic, but you are able to use your magic. Okay, so I'm gonna stop chatting and keep going. What makes you stand out from the crowd? Yeah, this stuff you need to shuffle. Haven't used this deck in a minute. What makes my group 1 stand out from the crowd, please? What makes them stand out from the crowd? What makes them stand out from the crowd? I'm glad I'm doing a reading, because I'm trying to be disciplined here, because it's that time of the month and I'm trying not to take pills every time it hurts. I'm trying to, you know, rough it out, and it's not cute. And I was like, you know what, I just need to lay down. Let me extend out from the crowd. Romance, that's what I was saying here. This King of Pentacles here, the Three of Swords. You're a heartbreaker. And you could be someone who not teaches people how to be a heartbreaker, but you represent that to a lot of people. You represent heartbreak, or you represent something they couldn't have. Most definitely. You've brought many people to this Ten of Swords point. So it says, romance is a sacred power. Let it come to me this hour. I do feel like you have a lot of romantic suitors in your life at all times. And you may not realize it, or you may not give them the time of day or acknowledge them as romantic suitors. But I do feel like you have a lot of people who are like vying for your attention. For sure. You could be 32 as well, because 32 is, I'm seeing it here in the Reaper, and then here in the camera. It kind of looks like 32 when I'm looking at it. Or 23. Could be important as well. So romance. And here, oh, 2 did come out. I wasn't sure. That's why I took one more. We have inspiration. You are an inspiration to people. I do feel like I was going to say you teach people how to be a heartbreaker. That's basically what that song is about. How to Be a Heartbreaker by Marina and the Diamonds. She's telling people how to be a heartbreaker. Telling them the rules to follow. So you could be someone who learns these divinatory practices and then profits off of it by teaching it to other people. So you're the person doing the grunt work. Okay, and then teaching it to other people. Here we have Isis, goddess of magic. I ask thee to bring your inspiration to me. And I don't know why I just got taken to the spider in my mind again. So spiders could have something to do with inspiration as well. Or like creativity, you inspire and creativity in other people. So people are just around, a muse is just what came through. You're a muse to a lot of people. So you're a fairy, a sprite, and a muse as well. People just, they're around you and they feel inspired to take inspired action as well with this King of Pentacles. They just want to buy you things and treat you to a good time and see you smile and have a good time. And then we have letting go. They do have a problem letting go. That's what makes you stand out. People have a problem letting go of you because they get attached. Because 6 is a card like divine union and attachments to me, like relationships kind of thing here. Even though it is representative of the 6th house, not really the 7th house or the 8th house of relationships, like intimate relationships and getting to know more and getting deeper into the things. That kind of I feel like it is surface level as well. People fall for you surface level because they don't really know you. You know, they haven't reached the 7th and 8th house. They're only seeing like a 6. They're feeling like a 6 of Cups kind of thing where they just want to be with you, but they don't really know that much about you. And it's just like, wow. And I was just watching this video yesterday where it was like, I've heard the sound bite, but I've never seen the actual video where it's just like, wow, you're beautiful. And the girl is like, thank you, but what else? And he's like, what do you mean what else? Like, is being beautiful all that really matters? I think that's how it really goes. And he just can't come up with another reason why he wants to be with that person. So this person just feels good around you, but if you were to ask them, why specifically do you want to be with me over anybody else, they wouldn't be able to tell you. They have a problem letting you go. They're attached to maybe the idea of you because you inspire this inspiration and romance in them. You inspire romance in people. They want to take care of it. They want to be romantic, okay? And I'm hearing, you make me want to be romantic. You make me want to be a star. You make me want to star in movies, something for who you are. You make me want to run circles around you. Glad that I found you. You make me want to be romantic, something like that. So yeah, definitely. And it says, allow the wisdom to remain, but this thing I shall never feel again. Ooh. I do feel like maybe you are a little closed off because you are someone who has been through a lot of trials and tribulations when it comes to love here. You attract a lot of people who, like I said, want to be there for you or be with you because you're beautiful, because you're full of magic, because they feel that magnetism and that attraction, but they never stay. And you may have had to learn the hard way. So now you have become that heartbreaker where you don't even let them get close. So like, you're just going to use me and leave me. And I've learned my lesson. You know what I mean? It's like I've taken the wisdom from the situation that I've been through, but I'm not going to allow myself to fall stupidly into anyone's trap again. So you take from them what you need, and you did, as you should. So, but this thing I shall never feel again. Heard that. Okay. This was not supposed to go this long. I don't know why my readings can never just be short. That's crazy to me. And I don't even feel like I was talking that long. What else makes my group one stand out from the crowd? Thank you for... We have mummy, change. You bring change in people's lives here. Like I said, people don't really never really see who you are. I feel like you could have like eyes that enchant people, and they pull them in. They're very soulful eyes, with wise eyes, but people never really see past that. They just see the eyes, they see the face, but the mummy is so wrapped up, you don't really see the rest of it. So people see you and they're full with passion here with this full moon in the background, but they don't really know why. And it's because you have that kind of siren-y, muse kind of energy to you, where you just inspire them and they love your energy, and that's what they're feeding off. That's what they want, essentially. And as I said that, we have this here. But trick or treat, mischief and play. That's what I'm saying here with playful and helpful and full of magic, down to earth. Mischief is giving the bratty, you know, kind of vibe. So definitely that's what makes you stand out from the crowd. You are someone who comes off as someone who's very mischievous and playful, and people like that. Here we have owl, wise seeing, wise action. What was I saying about the eyes? They're soulful and full of wisdom. And the owl came out in one of these cards here. I think it was the King of Pentacles. No, it was the Magician. Yeah, so I kind of feel like the owl is kind of your totem. If you didn't know that, now you do. If you ever need help or need wisdom, you can call the owl totem. It's all in the eyes, I'm hearing. Now we have winter, the sacredness of pausing. This is giving me the Ten of Swords. You have no problem cutting this off before it even gets to this point. And when you do get to this point, you don't stay there for long. When you do get the Ten of Swords, you don't stay there for long. You're someone who bounces back very quickly, because you don't let things keep you down for long. But this was also giving me what card that came. It came in. I think it's this Cabin one, where it's like, yeah, it's okay to be healing and enlightening. There are times when solitude can be healing and enlightening. That's what this is, the sacredness of pausing. You know when you're reaching this death's door, like I was saying earlier, you know when to stop, you know when to pause, and to just take time for yourself. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle this really quickly, and what else makes you stand out from the crowd, so we can end the reading. Before the reading is over, if you'd ever like a personal reading with me, you can get in contact with me using my email in the description box below, or simply DM me on Instagram, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you like my vibe during this reading, join the tribe, like, comment, and subscribe. Like, I'd love to have you join the Divine Fam. We have magenta, kindness, character, change, and harmony. We have change coming through again. Change came through in the mummy. So you are someone who does bring change, and I think it's positive change in people's life, and death is change as well. You kind of bring out, I feel like you bring out the childlike wonder in everybody else around you, which is that inspiration and romance. You know what I mean? Where people start romanticizing their life by being around you, and they just get obsessed with that energy. And it's just like they're obsessed with that energy. And if you were to ask them, okay, but why do you like me? They're just like, does there have to be a reason? Like, you make me feel alive, this and that. You're just like, okay, but what else? Oh, you're so beautiful. Okay, but what else? Like, we need to get so deep here. Burgundy, intensity, individuality, power, and sophistication. Yeah, sophistication. Like I was saying here with that grace and regality, you're deeply connected to Mother Earth, and Mother Earth is like, as sacred as it gets. Like, people can feel your power, your intensity with those eyes. I feel like there's definitely something about your eyes here. I'm gonna get one more card before we end the reading off. One more card. Okay, I heard you. Green, harmony, health, safety, growth. More Mother Earth energy coming through here. Green is also heart chakra. So I do feel like you heal people's heart chakras without you even knowing. And like I said, you bring out that childlike wonder and joy around them just by being around them. And it's like, wow, why do I feel so light after being with them? It's because they were allowed to release their inner child around you, and they probably didn't even know that they needed it. So you could attract people that need inner child healing, and you don't even know. And that's why those King of Pentacles, people who want to be strong all the time, are able to be that childlike person in front of you, because they're just used to being King of Pentacles, and you attract those kind of people to you. But yeah, with harmony, health. Did we have harmony again? Yeah, harmony to come out twice. Harmony. So you are someone who brings balance and harmony to people here. Okay, that's all that I have for you, though. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, like I said, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how I did. If you enjoyed the reading, if it sounds anything like you, okay. And I will definitely see you in the next one. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day when you're seeing this video, and I'll see you next time as always. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 2s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Cozy Witch Tarot and this graphic, then you are in the right place. And this reading is going to be about what mythical creature energy do you give off, and then using more oracle and using the oracle, we're going to go over what makes you stand out from the crowd, but also we're going to get into the tarot of why you give off this energy here. We're going to get more into just your energy and your vibes. Okay, sorry, I had to clear that off over there. So we're going to immediately get into the creature that you guys got. I am excited. If you ever want to book a personal reading with me, you can get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. And if you like my vibes during this reading, join the tribe, like, comment, subscribe. The divine family love to have you. Okay, so now, oh, you guys are a unicorn. When I finished writing it, I added Pegasus as well. So unicorn or Pegasus. Maybe some of you maybe resonate more with Pegasuses or Pegasi. I don't know how to pluralize that word. So we have serene, sage, and soothing. Okay, you're wise, you give good advice, and you're always there. You're loyal and you're grounding. It's like an otherworldly essence. All of these creatures have an otherworldly essence about you, but you kind of give that someone who you have to respect, you have to stare at in awe. You know what I mean? Awe-inspiring. I should add that to the list. Awe-inspiring. People just like, wow, like, you know, you have a grace. Too good to be true sometimes, because, you know, unicorns, you ain't never gonna see. I'm not never, but it's just like it's someone who's very rare. You could be, you're also very rare as well. Let me write that down. You're a rare breed. I was trying to stay neat on the paper, but it doesn't look that bad. A rare breed here. Yeah, so your otherworldly essence, awe-inspiring. You could be someone who has that, what do they call it? Ethereal essence. You could have that look about you where people just like you give off that otherworldly look about you. Okay, now we have enchanting and sparkly, like where you have that kind of, you have like a very sparkly, glowy aura about you, where it just seems like you just glow from the outside in, inside out. A rare breed, I think I said that and then wrote it down. And then we have sturdy and stacked. So you could be someone who's like very built and have like a very sturdy body. I just heard hung like a horse. So you could be, if you're a guy watching, for women, you have like a very shapely booty. Like just like very, like giving Megan the Stallion, where you're very thick and sturdy. There's nothing dainty or frail about you. And if there is, then that could, you know, this will still resonate for you, don't take it. But I just know when I think of like a Pegasus or I think of like a horse, I think of someone who's like very like muscular, someone who's very sturdy, someone who's like a lot of meat on their bones. They're not someone who's like frail and dainty. You know what I mean? So now we're going to get into why you give off those traits. I'm going to give this a good shuffle. Serene, sage, and soothing. Like, yeah, it's kind of giving like you're in the presence of greatness, so behave kind of vibe. You're not someone who inspires rowdiness in people. You're someone who inspires like respect. People are not going to be sitting here getting crazy around you for no reason. It's kind of like you're like a parent or an authority figure. People are like, I can't act this way in front of them. So if you find people don't, you know, get too crazy around you, that's why. Maybe, I don't think you are the kind of person who's like a partier or a drinker or a drug taker, stuff like that. You're not that kind of person. And people are just like, wow, you're too good to be true. You don't do this, you don't do that. Like, what are you, a nun? Like, you could, or a monk or something, the male version of that, where you just don't indulge in any of life's, you know, you don't walk on the wild side too often. But the wild side may mean different, it may look differently to you than it does to this person who is trying to cast judgment on you. Okay? So why do they give off this unicorn vibe, please? Okay, because you're always on the move. We have the Chariot card here. That's all that I'm taking from this big stack. It says you'll never get anywhere if you keep standing still. So you're someone who's always on the move. I feel like you're always someone who's going after their goals. And I kind of feel like you don't have time to be partying and doing any of that other stuff when you're out there trying to be a go-getter and achieve everything. You're someone who wants to be, I'm hearing worldwide, take over the world, build a conglomerate. You're not someone who wants to be sitting there drinking on the side of the porch when you could be out there making money. You're doing something that could further your career, further your growth, or further your knowledge, further your wisdom, kind of things. Like I said, people just feel, I'm hearing inadequate around you because you're always achieving new new things. You're always reaching new heights in your career, in your life, and every time they see you do something different, and have achieved something, and then you're riding the bike and they're just beside you, on a snail. And like I said for group 1, or I think in the intro, don't try to come for my hands, because I do not feel comfortable using lotion and trying to come and touch on these cards. I'm not the kind of person who likes to leave residue, so sorry, you're gonna have to deal with the ash. Don't look too hard now. Yeah, but you're someone who's like, I feel like, and you're also someone who likes to go with the flow and like just stop and look at the scenery of life. You're someone who wants to take a ride through the forest or a ride through the park and just kind of like watch life pass you by. I'm someone that takes the scenic route. Yes, that's what it's called. You take the scenic route, you're learning new things, you're the adventurer, you're always exploring something, which is probably why I felt the need to write down a Pegasus, because the unicorn can't really fly, but a Pegasus sure can. So you're someone who loves and craves adventure as well. People just like, you're too good to be true. You can't be all these things. You can't be someone who's active and eating healthy and has your life together and has a set routine and is still successful and has time for a boyfriend or a girlfriend and has kids. You're just like the perfect, I'm hearing parcel, perfect person. You're the perfect package. It's kind of the thing that's coming through here, this Chariot card. It feels like you have your life together, so people just feel less than whenever they're standing beside you, because it seems like you have the answer for everything. You know what you're doing, where you're going. People ask you, oh, did you know, like, and it's like you're the kind of person who always was this way. You always knew where you're going, what you wanted to do, and was always just sure of yourself and just going. And it's also giving the vibe of being sure of yourself, yes, but just being able to see where the winds take you. You're not someone who's very stressful. You're on the life for the journey, for the stroll. You're not putting too much stress on these things, and you're not doing that. It kind of seems like while you're riding, you're taking things slow, and people are next to you like, oh my gosh, you feel like you're going slow and you're not doing anything right. But from their outer view, you're on a bike, so you're still going faster than them because they're the snail. So it's like you just have this kind of chill, laid back view of life where you just let things come to you, you let things marinate. You're not someone who wants to be fast, quick pace, doing things too hastily. You're someone who's very well thought out as well. So I kind of feel like there's like a little bit of like a juxtaposition where you're someone who people think that you have it all together, but you may not. But it just looks that way from the outside looking in. But you're just someone who does give the vibe of like strolling on life and not rushing through it, not feeling like you have to be here at a certain time. But then on the flip side, you could be someone who stresses those things to yourself and has like very high standards and expectations for yourself. But people are just like, wow, you're miles or, you know, leagues above them, leagues ahead of them. But you're just like, you know what, I still have more to go. So you're someone who's always working tirelessly, but also seeming like to the rest of the world that you're taking your sweet time. It's like a weird duality to it. Okay, so what else? Why do they give off this unicorn, Pegasus kind of energy here? And I'm thinking of the Pegasi, whatever you want to call them, from, what are they called? My Little Pony and Friends. My little pony, my little pony, ah, my little pony. I used to wonder what friendship could be, my little pony. So you will share this magic with me. Don't ask me why I know that song. Okay, mind your business. But I do feel like in that show, the Pegasus were like the royal ones. They were like rare breed, like they were the ones who were like the princesses and the princes and the knights. Like they had like a very high status. They had the magic, I believe, because what was her name? Was it Rainbow Sparkle? No. No. Oh crap, how did I forget their name so quickly? The purple one, essentially. She was the purple Pegasus out of the friends. She was the one who had magic, and I think she was somehow related to the queens and princes and things of the kingdom of My Little Pony land, whatever you call it. Yeah, Twilight Sparkle, that was her name. Twilight Sparkle, that's the vibe that you give off, even though she wasn't a unicorn, even though I think she did have something on her head and she had wings, so I don't know. Anyway, not too much on that. 5 of Wands, we have a good coven lets every witch have a sigh. I do feel like you kind of have this leader-esque vibe about you, where, like I said, you're the rare breed. You're the kind of the person that people come to for the advice. You're the wise sage of the group. People come to you to be soothed, to let them, so they want to know that they're doing the right things. Like I said, you're kind of like the parent or the mother of the group. People are coming to you like, oh my God, I did this. And they want you to tell them, it's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. Stuff like that. And this is kind of giving me the vibe of everybody fighting over your attention, or fighting over your wisdom, or fighting over spending time with you, or getting your advice first kind of thing. And it's like a good coven lets every witch have a say. You're so like, I have time for all of you. You're fine. Like, just relax, take a breath. And now, one by one, tell me what's going on. So you're like someone who keeps the peace with this Five of Wands. A lot of people around you have the tendency to maybe fight for your attention, your affection. You're just like someone who puts a stop to that immediately. My Little Pony. Like, you have like a very good relationship with your friends. I used to wonder what friendship could be. My Little Pony, so you all share this magic with me. Okay. And yeah, with that loyal and grounding, it definitely makes sense why you're the friend who's making sure everybody is cool, calm, and collected, and keeping it pushing essentially here. Like, don't let whatever little arguments that we may or may not be going through here, try to come and, come for the whole group. Like, because y'all two are arguing, don't let it affect the rest of the group. The kind of thing where when friends are arguing, sometimes they feel the need to take sides and tell this friend, oh, so whose side are you going to choose? You're the kind of person like, I'm not choosing sides. Tell me what happened and I'll make an informed decision myself. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. Where it's like, don't try to pit me against the other person. We're all friends here. We should all be able to work it out. Which is then why you're all that serene sage one. You're the sage of one of the group, where you just ground everybody, and everybody just wants to listen to what you have to say, because you give off the parent everybody wants to make proud here. We have 13 broom in reverse. I'm only taking that. I mean, I guess I could take these two. Why not? I'm gonna put this away for the time being. So we have broom. This came out in reverse. So 13 is death. Tidy up your life so you can make space for something better. But it came out in reverse. Let me look at the card a little bit here. You could be someone who, just side message, you could be someone who's wanting to bring new energy into your life, or you're feeling like you're in a state of stagnancy right now, because the death card is that things are not ending, so you're not feeling like you're moving on or doing anything new, or anything new is coming into your life. And that's because sometimes in order for something new to come in, you have to release something. So maybe if you're feeling stuck right now, maybe you have to clean up, maybe you have to give away some things, let go of some of the past energy, things that were keeping you stuck. Maybe things that remind you of this stuck energy, get rid of them from your space and bring in new, fresh energy. I'm hearing like feng shui, where the energy in your space is not flowing the way it should be. And yeah, you should donate some things, stuff like that, clean out your place. That's like a regular kind of, maybe you're someone who already does do this. When you're feeling stuck, you have to, in order to keep the energy fresh and flowing and non-stagnant, you have to always clean and donate and give away things to bring in the new things. So if you just constantly have old things and you're bringing in all these new things, it's just going to start being like hoarding, whereas there's no space for anything new. So you're in life and like, why can't I transition? Why can't I bring in this new job? Why can't I bring in this new person? Why can't I bring in this new thing? It's because you're surrounding yourself with all these old things. So maybe give away things, donate things, fill your energy up with good feng shui, good energy, crystals, plants, water. Like, set up like an altar, but like, it doesn't have to be an altar. It could just be bringing good vibes and good energies, like sweeping out the old. You know what I mean? I don't know why I just heard a cinnamon broom. I don't know if that's a thing. A broom made of cinnamon sticks, where you're just sweeping your house, and while you're sweeping your house, you're sweeping out all the bad, but sweeping in the good. Because I know cinnamon sticks, sometimes they tell you like burn cinnamon sticks on around every opening in your house every new month to bring in the new vibe. So if you're not doing that and the energy's things stuck and stagnant, that could be why maybe you're not moving forward in life. And this could be something you incorporate in other people's life. You help them move on from stagnancy, you being this serene sage, and you're always giving good advice. You're just always there for your friends and your people. You know what I mean? You're sturdy, you're a steady presence in their life. that was like just a side message. I think if you needed to hear that, you're wondering why things aren't coming in, it's because you're not surrounding yourself with good vibes. You're surrounding yourself with old things. Here we have the 12, which is the Hangman in reverse. And I do feel like with this Death in reverse and this Hangman in reverse, you are not someone who stays stuck for long. You aren't someone who stays stuck for long. So I'm going to turn the card around to you, since I already finished going over the messages that I got from that card. So I'm just like, why is it showing up differently? It says, learn to get comfortable with sitting still whenever necessary. You may have a problem sitting still. Like I said, you're someone who's always on the go, always finding that new adventure, that new thing, that new happiness, that new spark, the new joy, that new life you could jump into kind of thing. You don't sit still for very long. That could be what is giving you this Pegasus energy, where it's like, fly away. What's that song? And fly away. Oh, man. Oh, crap. What is that song? Oh, that's rude. And fly. Like it's coming, but it's not fully coming through. Pack up this, and fly away. Oh, man. But that's the kind of vibe that you're getting here, where you're someone who would be down to like spontaneously pack for a trip, like, and not know when you're coming back, because you just can't sit still for long. Oh man, that's not even the way you sing it. But yeah, that's the kind of vibe that you're giving, where you're not someone who wants to sit down for long. Like, just being stagnant and in one place for too long is not good for you. Which is why you're giving that unicorn energy, where you're just like, I don't know, like you could be someone who's just, you find serenity and peace in always being on the move. Some people find peace from sitting down and being in their thoughts and thinking about things, and trying to make sure they're going on the right path. And you're just someone, the song just doesn't want to come through all the way. That's very rude to me. But it's playing in my mind, but I just can't sing it. But I think, yeah, it's like something about you're packing your suitcase and fly away. But yeah, you're someone who finds serenity in always being on the move and seeing things from different perspectives. Like, you're not someone who has to, I kind of feel like you're always constantly playing devil's advocate. You're not someone who has to step into that viewpoint. Sometimes you're always, like I said, with your friends, sometimes when they're arguing, you're not sitting there saying, I'm not taking sides, because some people will be like, oh, you are right, because I agree more with what you're telling me, and maybe another friend's like, oh no, I agree with the other friend. But you're someone who can agree with both, because you see things from two different perspectives. You're not someone who is stuck or set in their ways or set in one way of thinking. Like, your mind can always switch to different forms, you know, going from left brain thinking to right brain thinking, you know what I mean? And not just to going from left right thinking. You could be someone who switches from left brain thinking to right brain thinking seamlessly, effortlessly, so you don't have to constantly think about things from the artistic kind of way, or then having to switch over and think about it from the logical kind of way. You think about it from both, because you can operate in both sets. With this Hangman coming out in reverse, of course it's not being shown to you in reverse, but I just want you to be able to see all the cards. And then here upright we have Three of Swords. It's okay to cry. You do come off as someone who always has everything together, and I do feel like you have to remind yourself sometimes that it is okay to cry. It is okay to be vulnerable. It is okay to have to soothe yourself. I do feel like you're always the kind of person who's soothing everybody else, and there's never anybody there to soothe you, which is kind of why you give off this unicorn energy, where people's like, I've never seen anything rock you, I've never seen anything shake you, you know what I mean? I've never seen you really like break down and cry and, you know, have like a, what is it called, a breakdown, have anything go wrong in your life. So it seems like you have everything together all the times when you really don't. And I kind of felt this is giving you the vibe of you being able to cry for yourself and soothe yourself kind of thing. And I don't know, like, I feel like I made a post about this, like a community post on YouTube, like where it's just like for all the people who are, you know, curling up in a ball and like patting their own self and like, you know, soothing their own selves and, you know, licking their own wounds and not letting anybody else in on their pain. Like, I see you, I feel you, because it's just like that is sometimes how it is. people see you and they think everything is going fine, but inside you're kind of breaking apart, falling apart. And it's not until you're by yourself where you're able to kind of release all of those energies that are holding you back or holding you up, more importantly. But it's like, it's okay to cry. And I think you do know this, or you're learning this, I'm hearing, but you still are someone who wants to do this in private by yourself. You don't really need people there for you to be able to heal or cry or be a shoulder to lean on, because you're that shoulder for everybody else, so why can't you be it for yourself too, kind of thing. Which, I mean, that is okay, but it's okay to cry on other people's shoulders sometimes. It's probably something they're trying to tell you as well, which is why you give off that kind of unbothered, you know everything, you're grounded, you're always just moving along, acting like life is good and that you don't need help, and that you're always moving faster at a faster pace than everybody else. You're leagues, like I said, ahead of them or above them. You're miles, ahead of them, because it seems like you just know how to soothe yourself, you know how to pick yourself up when things get bad, that kind of thing. You don't need anybody else. So you're just like an island onto yourself. You don't really need anybody there to soothe you. Or if you're having a problem, before your friend can even tell you a solution, you're like, oh, I know, or I already saw the problem before they can even, So it's not until after you saw the problem or after you've broken down that you've come to them and told them, oh, I really did go through this the other day. And they're like, why didn't you call? Oh, because I already dealt with it myself. I didn't really need your input, kind of thing. So we're going to move these back and get into the cards of what makes you stand out from the crowd. Okay, so we're gonna go with these first. So I do kind of feel like you're the person who always has everything together, where you don't feel like you need, or that's how people view you. This is the energy you give off, where people feel like you don't need them to be there for you, but you're always there for them, kind of thing. And they sometimes just want to force this onto you. You have crystals and herbs. That's what I was getting here with this 13. Oh, what medicine, what sacredness to behold. A dash of healing straight from mother's home. And what was I saying about you being the mother or father or parent, friend to your people? Like, you always know the remedy to give them. You always know how to help them feel better. You always know how to help them. You know what I mean? You are always willing to come over and, concoct something real quick to help them not be sick, or, the right remedy, the right tea to drink to fix this ailment and stuff like that. I do feel like you are that kind of person, and it comes naturally to you. And if you don't, you should be someone who invests more in crystals and herbs, because you could have like an affinity for them. Especially since it's the vibe that I'm getting here. She has like glasses of stuff around her place, and she also has crystals, and she's clearing out, like I said, bringing in good energies. Maybe you should learn more about that, or maybe you do know a lot about that, which is what makes you stand out from the crowd. You're someone who knows all the properties of the different crystals, and you're giving it to your friends, telling them, here, try this for a confidence boost. Here, try this if you want to attract more love into your life, stuff like that. You're the encyclopedia they come to whenever they need help. What else makes my group 2 stand out from the crowd? What else makes them stand out from the crowd? Please. I'll take it. Oh no. What is this? We have a banshee. Heed my warning, dear child, for what I hold is far from unsung lullabies. Swallow a nail and you can expect bleeding from within. So this is giving me the vibe of you crying to yourself and keeping all the pain inside, and it's just like sooner or later the pain is going to have to come out and be shown. So by you not showing your pain or thinking that you don't have to show your pain all the time, it's going to come back to bite you in the booty. Because the banshee is someone, I think they are known for being loud and noisy, and it's just like you're someone who's very quiet and subdued, and you keep to yourself. And you cry to yourself as well, but to the point where nobody hears you cry. See, you can have a blocked throat chakra when it comes to speaking about your emotions and what hurts you and what ails you. But you're always ready to jump and help everybody else. And she's like, if you swallow a nail, so if you swallow back your cries, you can expect bleeding from within. So this could be harming you more than it's helping you. This not feeling able to confide in anybody else or let everybody else help you, or to this feeling like you have to come off as though everything is okay. And then we have spider. So if you felt called to maybe group 1, you could watch group 1 as well. We have what a wild web we weave, dear child, a delicious mystery untamed. That's what you come off as. You come off as someone who's very mysterious. And I was even saying in group 1 how when I think of spiders, I don't really think of like keywords, because I could think of like an owl. They're wise, they're sage wisdom. They're also peak predators. They can see very well. They have big old eyes and sharp claws, and like there's stuff you can think of when I think of certain animals. When I think of a spider, I can't really think of what they mean or what keywords to associate with spiders. And that's what people see when they look at you. You're a mystery to them. You're someone who comes off as otherworldly because you just honestly just can't be real. You're too good to be true. Who have everything together. You always know what you're doing and where you're going. Like you just, have the perfect words to always say to someone. You know how to make food and be the mother and take care of everybody else. It's just like, is there anything wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Kind of thing. You're a mystery that is untamed. People do not know what to expect from you, who you really are sometimes. And it can kind of be a little unsettling for them. The way when I thought of a spider, I didn't know what to think of. Like when I think of a spider, I just think of Charlotte's Web, who is someone who's like very smart, someone who's very intelligent and selfless. Always, did I write that down? No. Like I said, if you were definitely called to group 1, you can go watch group 1 as well. But it's just like, you're someone who's like very selfless, because Charlotte from Charlotte's Web was very selfless. And I think she used up all of her life force or life energy helping Wilbur spell all those words in the web, that she ended up dying from it because it aged her quickly. Or maybe spiders just have short lifespans, period. But I feel like her helping him kind of cut her lifespan short. So I do feel like maybe you helping people too much, or not allowing yourself to be helped in return, because there was stuff they could really do for Charlotte. She was always doing for Wilbur. So that could kind of, except like being a friend, you know what I mean? They were friends. They were, they kept each other company in the cabin. Or was it a cabin or was it like a shed? Barn. That's what it was. I'm like, what? But it's just like, that's all this person was ever allowed. That's all Charlotte allowed Wilbur to be. He couldn't really do anything else for her. So she was sitting there doing everything, spelling the words, saving him from slaughter. And then by the end, she the one who died. Like, spoiler alert, sorry. So what else makes you stand out from the crowd? What else makes you stand out from the crowd? Okay. What else? What else makes my group 2 stand out from the crowd? Come on now. We have pomegranate. Dare to taste the unknown. Let it seduce your spirit awake. That is what, I don't know, you're just someone who wants to crave adventure, and you crave seeing new things, tasting new foods, visiting foreign lands. It's just, there's just something about you that sees and craves adventure, and people can feel it. They feel it. You're hot foot. You want to get up and go. You want to explore. You want to be outside. You don't like to be in the house too much. You don't like to be in this stagnant hangman energy. You don't like anything to hang you up. There's no need for you to sit there and not do anything unnecessarily when there's all this world to explore. That's the kind of vibe that you give off here. Where it's like, dare to taste the unknown. You are someone who dares to taste the unknown, and you let it seduce your spirit awake. I love that card. I feel like I've gotten it a few times. And then we have molasses. To move forward, you must know where you are headed. And I think that is what you do. You do know where you are headed. And people perceive that about you here. This is the energy you give off, where you know where you want to go. You have like a estimate. You may not know exactly where you want to end up, but you know you want to be rich. You know you want to have this. You know you want to travel the world whenever you're able to. You know you want financial stability. You know the direction you're headed, but you don't know exactly where you're going. Which is what I was saying here with this card here. Even if you don't know exactly where you're going, you know where the destination. You are enjoying the journey of how you're going to get there. You're not someone who's overly stressing about, oh my gosh, like, what if I don't have this by a certain age, or this and that. It's like, you're just letting life flow to you. You know what I mean? This saying that keeps coming through a lot, like life is happening for you, not to you. That's what you have learned. That's the kind of energy you're dwelling in. Life is happening for me, not to me. So whatever is happening and coming into my life, it is helping to facilitate where I need to be. It's helping me learn the lessons that I need to learn. So when I do get to my destination, I have all the tools in my tool kit and my tool belt to kind of be able to navigate these experiences. And if it takes a long time, then it takes a while. But you must know, you must have all the ingredients here. This person's making bread and butter. You have to have the eggs. You have to have the this, make the butter. There's, I think that's honey as well, and that's molasses. Like, you have to know where you're going. And you do so, you are so, like I said, who has an estimate, a direction where you know where you want to go. Okay. What else makes my group 2 stand out from the crowd? What else makes group 2 stand out from the crowd? Oh, that's way too many. You in group 1 just acting like I have all day to be reading all these cards. That's one. I want at least, I said one more. You see how all these cards are coming out? I'm not taking all of them. I'm sorry. Fine, I'll take 2 more. Okay, first card that came out, we have the Underworld, where all things pause and begin again. And we have Pomegranate coming through again. Wow. Pomegranate coming through again. Where all things pause and begin again. And this says, dare to taste the unknown. Let it seduce you, your spirit awake. And then this is where all things pause and begin again. I do feel like maybe you are the kind of person who feels like stopping is gonna do more harm than good. Like stopping and being this hangman and just chilling and relaxing and not being on the go, you feel like it's going to obliterate all the progress you've made. And I do feel like that could be like a small point of tension on your journey through life, because if you work too much, like I think I said that's what Charlotte was doing. She worked herself to death, where she cut her lifespan. Yeah, that could have something to do with you, where you feel like you're working, like where you are working yourself to death here. Because like where things pause and begin again, even if you do pause, things will always be able to begin again. You know what I mean? But if you're always constant, like how the skeleton, this person done died with the pomegranate in their mouth, because they were, you know what I mean? They were daring to taste the unknown and letting it seduce their spirit awake. But then their body was like, okay, your spirit wants to travel. That's cool and all. But what about your body? Your body can't go and do as much as your spirit wants to do if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not clearing things out, if you're not wearing crystals and herbs and taking care of your body. Your spirit cannot take you, like your spirit can only take you thus far. You have to work in tandem with your body. So you're the kind of person who's letting all this, you know, adventure and what could be and where you want to be seduce you. You're just on the go. Like Charlotte was constantly helping Wilbur spelling all these words in her web, and it's just like I said, it cut down her lifespan, which is what all this stuff could be doing to you, this crying and keeping it in. Like the Banshee said, like if you keep it in, it's going to come out sooner or later. You know what I mean? So if you want to keep putting off resting and sleeping or taking care of your body, it's going to come back and haunt you sooner rather than later. So it's better for you to just put yourself first now and swallow the pill than to have to, you know, your body broken down, you can't travel. So would you rather travel and take a break or not be able to travel at all? Okay. Now we have dawn, the light after the darkness. See, you can pause and begin again. There's light after the dark, but sometimes you do need to take a rest. Sometimes you do need to delve into the dark. You need to heal. You need to cry. You need to fall apart, stitch yourself back together, and keep it pushing. If you are always constantly on the go and not stopping to, you know, fall apart to build yourself back up, it's just like, it's going to come back and get you sooner or later. So that Banshee said what she said now. And then here we have scrying, intuition. This scrying is giving me like always trying to figure out your next step. What are you doing next? What can I do next? What can I do to build upon this? What is my next big thing that I'm going to do? Instead of just sitting down and listening to your intuition is telling you, hey, It's time for you to take a break and sleep more. It's time for you to eat better. It's time for you to, you know, incorporate more healthy things. You know, clean out your space, clear out your space, but you always constantly want to be on the go, go, go. But sooner or later, your booty is going to get sat, okay? It's going to get sat once you're doing too much and not heeding the call that you're hearing. This intuition is telling you, hey, chill. And you're just like, no, I have more to do. And it's just like, okay, sooner or later, something gonna happen to you. This happened to a friend of mine, where she was constantly being on the go, doing, where she literally fell and fractured her leg. And now she has to sit at home and do basically nothing because she wasn't listening to the call. She wasn't sitting down and allowing herself to heal. And now she's sat, you know what I mean, for the foreseeable future. So I'm not trying to call it on you, but I'm saying if you don't stop and chill for 1 second, it's going to come back and get you sooner or later. So you better need to take care of your body, take care of your mental health, take care of your physical health, stuff like that, before it comes back to bite you in the butt. Okay, so now we're going to get, I do need to shuffle these. What makes you stand out from the crowd? This is just becoming advice. What makes you stand out from the crowd? You're always someone who's on the go. Your intuition also helps you stand out from the crowd as well. And the way that you're able to always get back up. Like, I will get back up again from the trolls. Even if you are down, like I said, you're always someone who's going to begin again. Nothing's going to keep you down for long. Which is why it's okay to, yeah, see, look, health came out. So what I was saying was for truth. I'm like, this is supposed to be what makes you stand up from a crowd, not advice, but sometimes the advice needs to come through. We're going to get some of these cards so I can just finish up the reading while I'm shuffling. If you would ever like a personal reading with me, you can always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below, or simply DM me or on Instagram, but try to avoid doing that. Just emailing is better. If you like my vibes during the reading, join the tribe, like, comment, and subscribe, please. Join the divine family. Love to have you here. Okay, come on now. What makes them stand out from the crowd, please? My group twos. What makes them stand out from the crowd? Stand out from the crowd. What makes them stand out from the crowd? Okay. So we have health. So health is definitely something that makes you stand out from the crowd. You are someone who looks very healthy. Like I said, you can eat very well. You're very sturdy. You look healthy. Is basically what I'm saying. You could be someone who's very thick. Let me take this one. Let me go. You're someone who's very thick. You have thick. You have meat on your bones. You have a nice body. Okay, and then I'll take that, and that's it. Okay. First card that came out is best possible decision. Artemis, goddess of the above. So you always know the best decision to make for other people, maybe not for yourself so much. I mean, for yourself as well, but I kind of feel like you put aside what you need more. But when other people need help, you sit down and come up with a very fine-tuned plan to help them. But like, it's like the person who gives good advice but doesn't take their own advice kind of thing. Artemis, goddess of the bow, help me see what must be known. You're good. This to good people. That's what makes you stand up from the crowd. You're great at giving advice. You're great at helping people, but it could come as a detriment to your health here, which is Mother Earth sweet, Mother Earth bright, bring to me your health and might. So I do feel like maybe you have to take care of your health more. That's just like a small message that keeps coming through. We have passion, but you are someone who's passionate. You are someone who's sturdy. You are someone who lives life to the fullest here. You are someone who enjoys like the small things in life. You don't need too much. You just want to travel, see the world, go on adventures, which is a beautiful energy to be in. We have strength, like I was saying, with this body, yada yada. You have like a very strong body, strong thighs, strong calves, like a very athleticism about you that just comes maybe easily to you. Strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, I empower. So you could have some stamina, which is what is definitely coming through the unicorn. It's like giving horse, where they're very healthy. They're very muscular. They eat health. They just eat grass sometimes. And of course, horse feed as well. But it's kind of like they live like a very earthy, vegan-y, healthy kind of lifestyle, which can make you stand out from the crowd as well. And people are like, how you be eating vegan and this and that, but your body look like that? And it's just like, well, that's just how I was built. You have a naturally muscular, very good body shape. if you may not be someone who resonates as being the healthiest person on the block. You just look healthy, like you are well fed. Okay, I'm hearing home fed or homegrown, where your body's like homegrown. It's not fake. It's not surgery kind of thing. So I kind of like the body that you have is a body that everybody wants, the shape or whatever, or certain features that you have on your body. You could have a good head of hair, because unicorns do have nice hair. You could have like a nice facial bone structure as well. You could look like a model sometimes, very statuesque, very tall as well. Yeah. But here we have emerald green, growth and renewal of love, loyal love, immortality. And that's what a unicorn is. That's the kind of vibe you give off. Someone who's going to be kicking until they're 100 and something years old. Nothing's going to stop you or slow you down. You just give off health and vibrancy. But like I said, what you come off as isn't always what is true. So you should definitely try to prioritize someone who, you could be someone who doesn't really get sick often. But like I said, if you keep neglecting health, it's going to come back to bite you sooner or later. You have beauty and eternity, love and devotion. This and passion, definitely. You have like a very devotive spirit. You devote yourself to your craft and what you're passionate about, kind of thing. And American Rose, you're very beautiful. Yeah. You evoke passion and devotion in people around you as well. And it's like mostly friends and acquaintances. Like people just meet you once and after speaking to you, like, oh my gosh, like I just want to be your friend. We have orange, enthusiasm, emotion, optimism, and youth. Like you have like a very youthful essence to you, where people just like, wow, this person just like, it doesn't matter how old you are, you just have that youthfulness about you, where you're like always ready to get up and explore, and you're always looking on the bright side. You're always happy. I'm like, oh my gosh, life is great and life is good. You always feel like you have everything together. You're always enthusiastic to explore new things, do new things. You're enthusiastic and happy about where you're going to end up in life, essentially. Like you know what you're supposed to be doing. You know where you're headed, and it's just like you're a Pegasus shooting off and flying and going on adventures, never to be seen again. Okay. So I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe of the divine family. Love to have you. Once again, I keep saying this, but please subscribe, like, comment, do something. I'd appreciate it very much. And also it helps me, my videos get more, you know what I mean, out there. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're seeing this video. And I hope this reading resonated. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 3s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this Jack-o'-lantern tarot and this graphic that goes along with the tarot, then you are in the right place. This reading is about what mythical creature energy do you give off, which will be on this little piece of paper right here. And then using the oracle, we're going to get into what makes you stand out from the crowd. Okay, with the tarot, we're going to get into why do you give off this energy. What about your personality or the way you move in the world makes you give off this energy of whatever. There's only one left, so I know which one you got, but you don't know that. So we're gonna get into the whole. Let me just fix the cards. They're gonna be bothering me if I don't fix them. Okay, so we're gonna get straight into it. Before we get started though, if you would ever like a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. Now, if you like my vibe during this reading, join the tribe, like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification button so you can get notified when I do post, if you feel interested in doing that. But yeah, I'd appreciate it. Thank you in advance if you do. So the last but not least, we have the mermaid or the siren. That's what you guys got. Now, I wrote down some traits that I think makes me think of mermaids. It goes along with mermaids to kind of, maybe help you understand why you get off this mythical creature energy or what, So we have sexy to boot, beautiful voice, hair, body, eyes. You're physically appealing. You have a calm, soothing, intelligent kind of energy about you. You also have an eye for design and aesthetics. I don't know why that came through. That could be something specific to you. You have a good eye for aesthetics. Because anytime you see a mermaid, they just look aesthetically pleasing. Like, I'm pretty sure they're born with the way their scales look, but it always matches. They always have a good curvature to their body, stuff like that. So you're just like someone who is very attractive. Okay, so we have adventurous, but also wishy-washy, because that means when you're always off on adventures, you're never really there for the people in your life, kind of thing. And we have wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, optimistic vibe, but you're also very flexible and you're emotionally adept. You're a very emotional kind of person. You feel very deeply, and I kind of feel like you give the vibe of someone who falls in love easily, or people fall in love with you easily here, because of course we have the siren vibe here, but the siren kind of gives me you don't stay for long with the wishy-washy vibe. Okay, so we're gonna get more into why you give off the vibe of the mermaid or the siren. You could also be someone who's very attracted to water, the beach. You could be a beach baby, where you could not have even been born by the beach, but you've always wanted to go and visit the beach or always be near water kind of thing. You could be someone who loves to take baths. Getting the way in the show H2O, the girls would always like to just be in the bath with their tails hanging out, because that's the only way they could get into water at nighttime in their house without like fully disappearing and going and swimming in the ocean. And their parents like, where are you going? And they were also very attractive girls as well. So like I said, you could be someone who's very attractive, who knows how to dress. You dress very well. You just attract attention wherever you go, just based on looks. Before people even get to know you, they're just like, wow, that person's very beautiful, I want to get to know her. Okay, so can you tell me more about why they give off this mermaid / siren vibes? But you are someone who's very calming and soothing, and you're also someone who's very intelligent. You have a hunger for knowledge. Okay, your card's just flying on out. Okay, look at that. Yeah, your card is flying on out. To the point that I forgot what card came out first. Is that it? I'm gonna take too many cards. Okay. So the first card that came out was probably this one. We have Two of Swords. Wishy-washy. It's giving Libra, especially with the aesthetically pleasing thing, where Libras have a hard time kind of sticking to their guns or deciding on one. Like if you're given two options or too many options, it's hard for you to make a decision. So wishy-washy kind of vibe. Okay, so yeah. It's because you give off that wishy-washy vibe because you have a hard time making decisions here, to the point where you just tire yourself out. You tire your mind out, where it comes time to make a decision, you just don't know how to, and you don't know why, but that's what happens. Here we have the King of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you're not able to make decisions, or you're kind of someone who has a hard time sticking to your ground, claiming your ground. You're not someone who's overly assertive. You're not someone who commands attention. You're not someone who people are scared of. You're not someone who's very direct or forthcoming in your communication style. So you're someone who never knows what they want here with the Two of Swords, and then you're also someone who doesn't communicate that clearly or directly or effectively, so people understand what you want or what you need. So you could have communication problems. You have, like I said, you have problems asserting your boundaries here, which is kind of giving me the vibe of Ariel when her father was telling her, hey, no, you can only stay here. She had a problem telling him, well, I want to do this and I want to do that, where she would just run away and throw like a tantrum kind of thing. Like she was always stuck in her head or exploring, this and that she would never like sit and have like a grown-up conversation. So you would kind of come off childish sometimes, maybe. Yeah, with that wide-eyed, bushy-tail, optimistic vibe, where when it comes time to be serious and have serious conversations, you're not the kind of person who's here for that, maybe. And yeah, with overly emotional, you do throw temper tantrums. I mean, you are, because the King of Swords is not someone who is emotional. So you may not be able to make sense of what you're feeling a lot of the time. You feel these emotions, and it makes you act out irrationally, run away, go on this and that. Because it was very risky for her to save Eric from the burning ship, but she still did it because her emotions got the best of her. And that could be a good thing, but I'm just saying here, this is why you're coming off a certain kind of way, because you don't use logic. You rely mostly on your emotions here, not your logic or your thoughts, which is why it's hard for you to make decisions sometimes. Or this could mean you're very good at making decisions, but you have a hard time explaining why to people. You just don't communicate clearly or effectively, like I was saying. Okay. Yeah, you have a hard time being firm and mean to people. You just maybe sometimes let people walk all over you because you come off as someone who's like just overly emotional. People are just like, please. Here we have the Fool. Yeah, you're someone who's always out there seeking new adventures for sure. And it could take a toll on you here because like, I kind of see how he's kind of fading a little bit here in the Fool card. Yeah, you come off as someone who's just like, I don't know, someone who's just like always doing things, never sitting down. You wear yourself too thin is what I just heard. But that's not the vibe that I'm getting from here. You're just someone who's always on the go, who's always moving around, who you can never find them when it comes time to, you know, be like you're looking for them, you can never find them. You want to have a conversation with them, they're somewhere else, flitting about, running here and there, traveling here and there. It's like you're just like even a little bit like unreliable because you're just always lost in your own world, essentially. Like wearing yourself thin for sure, because like I said, he's kind of like fading out a little bit here. Like your life force is kind of draining a little bit here because you're always using that life force to do other things. Here we have Page of Wands. You have the Explorer. You're always someone who's exploring new horizons. You're always someone who's just filled with this passion to learn and explore and, you know, do new things and learn about all the things they don't know about. You know what I mean? You're just someone who wants to know it all, feel it all, explore it all. Like you're just like, we have this big wide world here and all these people on it, all these things to do. Like, why are we sitting in one place? You're always someone who's ready to jump and fly on a plane, or to always jump and explore something new and go on an adventure. You're very spontaneous as well. And you have the, you can do it because a mermaid could just fly. Like there's water throughout the whole entire world. So a mermaid is able to, you know, swim through the whole entire sea to go where she needs to go. She doesn't need planes. She doesn't need this. She doesn't need that. But of course, you may need that. But you could be someone who loves traveling on through cruise ships, stuff like that. But you're just like very curious. Like you're a child. You're a curious child. You just want to learn everything and do everything that you can. And sometimes you may have a hard time deciding where you want to go or what you want to do. Like you have two options in front of you. I can either go here or I can go there. I can go to the Maldives, or I can go to Thailand, or I can go to this, I can go to Hawaii, I can go to France, I can go to this. You're just like, I don't know what I want to do next, but I just know that I want to go. Next card we have is King of Wands. Yeah, you are someone who just does. You don't really think about it or communicate it to people. You just say, oh, today I want to go on a vacation. What are you going to do? You're going to get up and go on a vacation. And people are just going to be like, hey, where are you? I texted you or I came by your house. Oh, I'm gone. I'm jet setting. I'm out here getting to know new people, flirting, you know, talking, socializing. Like you're just a social butterfly. You want to get to know everything and everyone. You're like, life is too short, the world is too big, what am I doing staying in one place for too long? What is that? That's not for me. And you don't know how to communicate that to people sometimes. You're just like, I just want to get up and go. And they're just like, what, why? And you're just like, I can't, mind your business. Why I gotta tell you? Why do I have to explain myself to you? You're not someone who feels the need to explain themselves to anyone. And people just love that fire too. You could be like someone's like a spitfire who doesn't want to explain themselves to anyone, who doesn't bow down. Because the King of Wands is definitely never going to bow down to anyone. Everybody's bowing down to him. He just has that magnetic force and energy around him where people are just like, oh, that makes sense for him to do that. But if any other king were to do it, it were to look foolish or it would look, you know, irrational or would look bad on them. But for the King of Wands to do it, it's fine. He can get away with murder. He's cool. Then we have Strength. Yeah, this is giving that you are, you could have a very special bond with animals. It's giving like a little bit of empath, and I usually don't get this from the Strength card, but I kind of feel like she feels bad. She's feeling the pain that the lion is feeling, or whatever animal this is here. I think it is a lion. It's just a little creepy. She's feeling, you feel other people's pain, which is what I was saying. You're someone who's more emotional than logical. So if you feel the need to get up and go on a vacation, even if you're missing work, like I said, somebody could call you like, oh, I came by your house or I came by your job. and they said you didn't come in today. Like, where are you? Oh, I felt the need to go on a vacation today, so I just booked the flight, and now I'm in what's it called, Africa. You know, I'm in Hawaii, I'm in France, I'm in Italy. Like, and you go based on impulses and emotions. You don't really rely too much on logic, and you don't tell people that you're going anywhere. You don't communicate very well. It's something coming through. You're just, always in the clouds. Your head is in the clouds. Your mind is in the clouds. Your heart is in the clouds. You want to be on a plane traveling somewhere new. You want to be on a cruise ship for 2 weeks, just being with you and the water. You want to go to like a beach house and just chill there, live their world, you know, year long. But you're a very strong emotional anchor for yourself and a lot of people, because you always know, like, the word came and left. What you believe in, your morals, they're strong. Your values, they're strong. They're unwavering. So you're very set in what you want to do and how you want to do it, and you don't let anybody dictate how you live your life or what you can do or where you can go or why you're going there. You know what I mean? You're just someone who just gets up and goes and does what they want. And people find that it's only you who can do that. You know what I mean? And they may be wishy-washy because you have to work, right? You have to make money. You're not someone who's really too much worried about that. You could already have money, because Ariel, which is the reference that I keep coming back to for mermaids in specific, was a princess. She had money. She didn't have to worry about money. She would just get up in a rush and go and, you know, what is it called? Neglect her duties. Like, leave her sisters to do everything for her. Them, like, when they have like a ritual, or like, it was something when they first opened the movie. There was like a moon, a special moon that they were having a special ceremony for. And Ariel was gone. She was gone. She wasn't there bothering with them. She was doing whatever she felt she needed to do. She was off exploring. She was watching the humans. So you could be someone who who feels called like sea life. Who you could be a marine biologist, just came through. Where you're always in the water. You're always traveling to distant places, finding out about new species of life in the water. You could be, I just heard the Great Coral Reef could be important as well, where you study that. But you're just someone who's always on the move, on the go, traveling. You don't stay one place very long. And you could have like a lot of lovers in different places. It's giving, I'm a traveling man, made a lot of stops all over the world. And in every port I own the heart of at least one lovely girl. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so you be going around traveling, and you have, like, whether you're a man or a female, it doesn't matter. Or non-binary. You're definitely someone who has a lot of lovers or people in special places that you go. Like I said, you're someone who has the beautiful hair, the voice, you dress well, you have the body, the eyes, the physical appearance about you. You're someone who's intelligent. I'm hearing like very intelligent eyes. You have an eye for design. You just, you're just someone who like has like a lot of things that people like. And you're sexy to boot, which is what I said here. And you know how to talk your way maybe in and out of certain situations. But your moral compass, your moral code is most definitely unwavering here at the Strength card. Wherever you want to go, you're going to go. Whatever you want to do, you're going to do. And it may cause a lot of like discord or discourse in your life where it's just like, I don't know where I'm going next or what I'm doing. I just know that I want to go somewhere. There may not be much logic behind this decision, but I'm still doing it. I may be tired, wearing myself thin. It's giving now is, what is it called? When you have jet lag. Where it's like, now you keep traveling to all these different time. What are they called? I was going to say time frames. But hey, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? where you go to different time zones. I think it's time zones. And you get jet lag and you're tired and you're just wearing yourself thin, but it's just like, it feels too good to stop. Page of Wands followed by the King of Wands. Anything for adventure, anything for the thrill of the chase. You're very confident, very charismatic. People gravitate towards you. You find that you're able to get what you want. Like I said, talk yourself out of situations using your charm and charisma. And yeah, because the Siren, and you have that voice. What? Yeah. You're definitely able to talk yourself out of, and like, you're not using logic to get your way. You're using your charisma and your voice, and you're just the way you talk and the way you interact with people, kind of thing. Like, it doesn't make sense, but it's still working for you anyway. Okay. So I do kind of feel like the cards line up to why you give off that kind of mythical creature vibe to you. Now we're definitely going to get into the oracle cards of what makes you stand out from the crowd. My group threes, what makes them stand out from the crowd, please? What makes them stand out from the crowd? What makes them stand out from the crowd? Are these a lot of cards? Just a little, but hey. We have Pumpkin. Uncaging the spirit within thou, the fertile power you hold. To taste your buttery velvet upon tongue is a gift I shall cherish each day that day comes. I shall cherish each day that comes. Yeah, so you have a spirit that cannot be caged. You have a fertile power, which is what I was saying with you. You're a traveling man, made a lot of stops all over the world. And in every port, I own the heart of at least one lovely girl. So take it as it resonates for your gender, what you identify as. You're definitely someone who has captured the heart of many people with that King of Wands and the Page of Wands. It's your innocence and your charisma and your confidence to just be fully yourself and not care what people have to say about you or care what people think here. That have people just like, oh, I want a little bit more. Look how she has like a nice braid. You can have like very long hair. We have the underworld. Hand over your known, a shift is near. Take a leap, your journey is clear. Yep, this is you. Leap of faith. Freaking fool. I love when that happens. I love it. Especially when the cards aren't pre-pulled and you guys wouldn't be like, oh, you looked, or you know, as some people would. No, I said what I said, and now the oracle cards are confirming it. Like, hand over your known, a shift is near. Take a leap, your journey is clear. You have no problem leaving your job at spur of the notice, not telling them that you're going somewhere, and getting up and running, you know what I mean? And I'm hearing, this time I'm ready to run on, escape from the city and follow the sun. Cause I want to be yours and I want to be mine. I don't want to get lost in the dark of the night. This time I'm ready to run on. Wherever you are is the place I belong. Cause I want to be free and I want to be yours. I don't want to get lost now. I'm ready to run. Ready to run in one direction. You're ready to just get up and leave at the spur of the notice. You could travel with a partner and you guys are always ready to get up and run. Or the person who you have, every heart you have in every port, you own the heart. They're going to text you, hey, when you coming back here? Why not tomorrow? Hey, I'll be there tomorrow. You know what I mean? That kind of vibe. Like, you want to escape from the city and just follow the sun. That's just the kind of person that you are. Okay. Now you have intuition. You hold the answers. You know the truth. Ancient ones await behind the doors of the mind. Okay. And I think that's the kind of vibe that I was getting here from the strength card, where you have the strength to go against the grain and do what other people would never dare to do here. But also you have like a very compassionate energy about you, where you are an empath and you do understand what everybody else is going through. And I kind of feel like that, along with your charisma with the King of Wands and your childlike wonder with the Page of Wands, kind of gets you not in trouble with people the way you should be in trouble, kind of thing. Not that what you're doing is wrong, but just like to be very wishy-washy, to just get up and travel and go whenever you want. It's kind of like not the most reliable thing, but you still have the funds and the money to do it, and you still have the energy, and you still have the, encouragement to do it, because your intuition is telling you, girl, you're gonna be fine. Like, you're always someone who's ready to deal with the consequences of your actions. Like, it's giving privilege a little bit here. Well, it doesn't have to be like a bad kind of privilege, but you do whatever you need to do. We have coming of winter. It comes in lullabies deep within your mirrored flesh. Alas, it is time to lay your quivering chest upon the winter's coming. It comes in lullabies deep within your mirrored flesh. Alas, it is time to lay your quivering chest upon the winter's coming. Maybe this is something you thought about doing ever since you were young, which is why you just never stopped yourself, because this is what you're living, your child dream. Like, you're living the dream that you always wanted to do as a child. This is what you wanted to do since you were young. When you were hearing lullabies, you were reading books about the great beyond and the great wonder of the world and stuff like that. You were always someone who wanted to explore those things. You could travel a lot during the winter. I just heard that the prices or the flights are cheaper. That was a very specific mention. I me not being someone who travels at all to know about prices in the winter. That's just a message that came through, because the prices are cheaper in the winter. I know that in the summer they try to charge you a hand and an arm and a leg to travel, but during the winter I feel like it's more affordable to travel, because not many people are traveling except maybe during like Christmas and Thanksgiving. But I do feel like when winter's coming, you get excited. That's when you have a lot of your maybe tropical flights booked to go to, the great beyond. Okay, what makes you stand out from the crowd? You traveling during the winter when everybody else is sat down. You could be a traveler for the holidays. I'm hearing a lone wolf. What makes you stand out from the crowd? You're someone who travels by themselves. If other people can't, if your friends can't go with you, or that you have no problem traveling by yourself. Here we have Reaper, the birth of something new. To manifest the death of something holding you back is inevitable. This came out in group 1 or group 2, I'm not sure. So if you felt called to another group, you could go and watch that. But this is like the Reaper. You have no problem ending things in your life to go and do certain things. If you get fired from a job, you don't care. Like, it's kind of giving that you have the financial abundance, the wealth, the comfortability to just get up and do whatever you want to do and not care if you come back from this trip and you don't have a job. Like, you're willing to play with life and death here. Here we have falling leaves. Let go of the things that weigh heavily on you. You deserve to take up space. So yeah, you're not someone who like very stresses too much about things, I don't think. That's what makes you stand out from the crowd. You're like the carefree kind of person who doesn't let things weigh them down. You're not a worrywart. You don't think, oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? You're just like, I'm here to live life and have an experience. I'm not letting anything, what ifs especially, hold me back or keep me down. Hold me down, hold me down. I think that's a Halsey song. I took a something with a 3-piece and he told me I was holy. I got him down on both knees, but it's the devil that's trying to hold me down, hold me down. Something to the something and watch me drown. Maybe go listen to that song. It has messages in there for you. Yeah, something's trying to hold you down, but you don't let anything hold you down. That's not how you operate, nor how you live your life. With the strength card here, you're, like I said, you're strong enough or brave enough to do the things other people are scared of doing. You have the balls, the bravado, the audacity, some would say, with the King of Wands here, because he can have some audacity. We have Scarecrow. Remember that you are not alone. Move with confidence as you are guided, period. Exactly. With this intuition and the strength card here, you have the strength to do what others cannot do. And that's risk your life day after day. Risk your well-being. Risk like certain things. You're not letting anything hold you back. You're not letting fear keep you down. You're not letting it hold you down. Wow, because you have intuition coming through twice. Move with confidence as you are guided. You're living your life because this is the life you're meant to live. And everybody else is looking on like, how is she doing that? How is he doing that? How are they doing that? It's like, don't worry about how I'm doing it. Live your life. We have a Reaper, Funlies, and Scarecrow. People are scared of you, or you just have no fear. So, once you have nothing to fear, you become the things people fear. Wow, I never said that before. How profound. Like, once you live your life having nothing to fear, people become scared of you because they know they can't control you, kind of thing. Okay. I'm going to take from these cards here. What makes you stand out from the crowd? What makes you stand out from the crowd? Group 3. What makes my group 3 stand out from the crowd? What makes my group 3 stand out from the crowd? We have the Witch, the earthy weaver of the world. I haven't gotten this one yet. She cute. Misunderstood is what I just heard. Because looking at this witch here is giving the Wicked movie or play, whatever. I've never really seen it. But it's just like she came off misunderstood. And the song was playing from the show, but it's like it's intermingled with another song. Like, I really think I can do it. They're all depending on me. I know something I'll have to leave. The only home I've never known. To brave the dangers of the forest, saving them before they're eaten. How hard can that be? So it's like there's a lot of things in your way, but you don't let it, like I said, it holds you back from doing what needs to be done, and what needs to be done for the best thing that's for you, the best thing for you, and the best thing for everybody else. Like, you're just worried about you and what needs to be done for you. Like, you're like a very self-serving kind of person. Some people may call it selfish. You just call it self-serving. But yeah, the Wicked lady, she was misunderstood, I feel like. And they called her wicked for like going her own way and doing her own thing. Like I said, I haven't really watched it, but yeah. The earthly weaver of the worlds. You're just like, I don't know. Like, you're like, it's giving like master, manifestor here, where you're just able to do whatever you want to do. And this doesn't even always have to be about travel. Just the way you live your life, so carefree and loving and happy-go-lucky. People may be mad at that because they can't do the same. They can't say the same for them. Here we have joy. Yeah, rejoicing of the present. You're just someone who's always happy and free, living your life to the fullest. And people are just like, how is she doing that? They want to know. They want to know your secrets. Like, tell me the tea. At this point, like, you maybe encourage people to do the same thing with these leaves that keep coming through, falling leaves. That we have winter, and winter is coming, and the coming of winter is just like people. You could be, for example, I'm going to the example of being an influencer, for example, and you have a lot of people following you, and they know when fall and winter comes, that's when you start your traveling journeys, your documentaries, your vlogs. Why I said vlogs? Some of us make it like to get vlogged out there. Good for y'all. Do what I need to do, but. Your vlogs. You could be the kind of influencer who has a Christmas vlogs, and people look forward to that every year because those vlogs are like, it's like Vlogmas, where they give away a specific thing every time. Like, oh, how does this person have the money to do that? A lot of people are like, I can't wait for them to start the Vlogmas, or I can't wait for fall and winter, because this is when they start traveling and start documenting where they've been and what they're doing. And people just love watching you with the King of Wands. People love watching you, being around you, being in your energy, kind of thing. That's why you're this mermaid, this siren, where you just attract energy wherever you go, and people want to have eyes on you at all times to know what you're doing. And it always seems like you're having fun. You're living life to the fullest. And that is very hard to find these days, I would say. People who are just living life and having fun. That's the kind of vibe that you give off. You're traveling, you're doing this. People just wondering, how are they doing that? How do they make life seem so easy and happy and joyful and carefree? How? I'd love to know. So they tune into you because they want to know. And here we have eternal love. Love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. You could be a part of a couple where you like, I said that, I think I did, yeah. Wow. I was like, it was one of these cards here. Or no, I was like, oh, you're a traveling man. You have a lot of people in different ports. And like, you know what I mean? They're excited to see you every single time. So there could be some love where you go to travel with a person. Or with the Ready to Run song by One Direction. They're like, escape from the city and follow the song. I want to be yours, you want to be mine. So this is someone who's getting up and traveling with their partner, and you could vlog about that or have a channel about that or something like that, and people want to watch because you're the kind of love that people aspire to be. You have that love that people aspire to have, especially if you are someone who does travel with your partner and make it look easy. Because now I'm hearing, don't I make it look easy, baby, when I do what I do. Don't I make it look easy, baby, but I'm fooling you. Yeah. You have that love that people are looking for. You could be a part of one of those couples on social media that everybody loves. You guys travel, have a good old time. Like, it just always seems like whatever you're doing, you're having a good time doing it. And people just love that about it. They're just like, sorcery. How do you make it look so easy? And then here we have scrying, intuition. If you felt called to group 2, you could watch group 2 because this came through as well as I think one of these cards that I told you, Reaper. Reaper either came through in group 1 or group 2. But if this card came through in group 2, I know that for sure. And we have intuition twice. Wow. Yeah, you are someone who definitely relies on their intuition. You may not even consider it intuition. It's just like, I go where the wind takes me, where the wind blows me. I go here, I go there, I go everywhere. Wherever I feel called to go next, I go there and I find something that's there for me. So you follow your intuition to find things. And that's why because you're always following your destined path by listening to your intuition. And that's why things never go wrong for you, because maybe you were supposed to be at that certain place at a certain time. You followed your intuition, did what it told you to do, and you wound it up in the right place at the right time. It's like, it's as easy, it's as simple as that. Like, I don't really think it's like anything is like too hard or to the point where you don't understand it, or people make it harder than it needs to be. Is the vibe that I'm getting here. People make it harder than it needs to be. You're just literally living your life, and they're sitting there pestering you, bothering you, holding you in their heart and mind, like, oh, how did she do that? How did he do that? And it's just like, how about you mind your business? Like, you just you're holding, like, you're living rent-free in a lot of people's head is what I'm getting. And it could be for good reasons, and it could be for bad reasons, but you are definitely living rent-free in a lot of people's heads. Okay, so what are we going for next? I pulled from there, we're going to pull from this. Okay, what makes you stand out in the crowd? That's 4. I'll just take those. Oh, Jesus, the mountain almost fell. I have all the mountain of card deck boxes over there, and I almost just knocked it over. What makes them stand out from the crowd, please? What makes my group 3 stand out from the crowd? While I'm shuffling, if you'd ever like a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below, or simply just email me. Do that. If you like my vibe during this reading, join the tribe, like, comment, subscribe. We'd love to have you join the Divine fam. Please and thank you. We have safe travel. Wow, so travel is definitely a big thing here. I thought I was talking too much about it, but maybe I say what I'm called to say, okay? And I'm like, maybe they don't even travel. Like, why you keep saying that? But I just got that was a big vibe. Keep me safe and let me roam far away, but bring me home. You do always intend to come back home, but it's like you have that adventurous spirit where you need to, go out and sow your wild oats, and you're not gonna let anybody stop you from doing that. So you are definitely a traveler. I'm a traveling man. Prosperity. You have the finance to do it. You have the finances to do it. You could be someone, I keep talking about you just calling out of work. Maybe you don't call out of work. Maybe you are an influencer who gets paid to travel. And you follow your intuition, and you found this was your divine path to follow. You're meant to be someone who travels and maybe helps other people travel. You give them tips on how to travel. You make money, being an influencer and traveling around the world. Essentially, prosperity. You made it a business, essentially. where you don't have to worry about a regular 9-to-5 job or calling out. Like, you just get up every day and go, and you made a career of it. As this tree grows so strong, so fine, so may I prosper from the universal divine. Yeah, with the intuition coming out twice, like I'm saying, you're following your inner calling, which is making it work out so easy for you. That's definitely a part of your divine path as well, which is why people are just so mesmerized by you, because you've made a career, you've made a thing to do almost what people would find impossible. You've made money off of being fun and living a good life. And I'm hearing, welcome to the good life, better than the life I live when I thought that I was gonna go crazy. So we have grace. Grace, blessing, come to me, set me free. And then you have a grace about you. Did I write that down here? No, that's from one of the other ones. But you have this grace about you where you just allow things to happen to you. You don't stress too much over what's going to happen. You, like I said, you just live your life and let things be as they may. That's what makes you stand out from the crowd. You have a grace about you. You could also be an influencer for like dressing up and, you know, traveling and teaching people how to travel right or travel in style, things like that. Affordable traveling. There's definitely something here about travel for sure. The mermaid, where you always want to go in Rome. Healing. Candle flame, burn this hour, bring me to your healing power. Healing. That's interesting. What stands out about you? I do feel like you come off as someone who, like I said, like it's just someone who isn't weighed down by anxiety, by depression, by this, by that, because you're someone who is just walking around portraying such a healthy, happy-go-lucky, vibrant energy about you. You're not someone who walks around spreading like disease. It's essentially like, you know, people who are so unhappy in their life that they're trying to make everybody else unhappy as well, which is like a disease. You know what I mean? I'm unhappy, so you're going to be unhappy too. That's the kind of vibe that people like to spread around. You're not that kind of person. You're the opposite of that. You're someone who spreads healing and teaching people how to live a more fulfilled, happy life. You're following your divine path. So whatever it is you're doing, whether it's travel or fashion or being an influencer or whatever it is you're doing in your life, being the boss, being a commander, making your own, making money off of your intuition, because we have intuition coming through a freaking again. Like I said, we have intuition. That intuition came through twice, I believe. You're someone who's making money, and this could lead to a lot of travel. This could lead to a lot of abundance, prosperity, and you're healing people through healing yourself. Now, these are the last few cards we have. We have lilac. Helpfulness, serenity, kindness, and compassion. That's what I was getting from this strength card here. Where you help other people. You help, you know, you could be simply a healer. It doesn't even have to be a traveler. You could be a traveling healer. Like I said, you have a port wherever you go. Wherever you go, you spread kindness, healing, and love. And people just want to be around that. They want to be around you. So that you always have a place to stay or a place to go. Back here, or maybe not to stay there. Why not? We have beige. Well, I've never gotten this one before. Simplicity, comfort, tranquility, and modernism. Yeah, you bring like a modern approach to living and surviving in the modern world, where, like I said, you don't have to have regular 9 to 5. You don't have to just stay in one place. You could have a healthy, fulfilled, happy life, traveling, being this, being that, doing things that were never conventional back in the days. Like, you bring a more modern approach to living in life and love. And maybe relationships, if you are someone who does it's a relationship influencer kind of thing, where you and your partner show what it's like to live in a happy, healthy relationship, and you give that kind of healing to everyone else. Like, your relationship is so happy and healing, it's like, oh, I want that too. And in that, you're providing, you know, comfort and healing, serenity. And last but not least, we have cognac. Oh, prestige, competence, subtlety, and affluence. Yeah, affluence, definitely. I do feel like you are someone who never had to worry too much about money, that kind of vibe, or you will become that kind of person. because that is the vibe that I was getting throughout the entire reading, where you're just someone who could just up and go, and you never made that a problem or a worry in your life. Like, oh, I know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, so I know I will be provided for in some kind of way. It's not something I'm going to make a problem. And in you doing that, you just found your bliss. You found your niche, where what works for you. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting here. And that's the kind of vibe, that's what makes you stand out from the crowd. You have like this prestige about you. It could be definitely money. It could be your ability to travel here, there, and there, and make that accessible to everyone, not just you. So I hope that you enjoyed the reading. If you did, let me know how it went for you, if it resonated. Yeah, just, like, comment, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff, and click on the bell notification so you're notified when I release a reading. But other than that, I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you see this video. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye.